There are those of us who like to venture to the unexplored, to see the beauty in the strange and unknown. Those of us who go out there with a sense of wonder. If you're one of us, and if you want to explore more of this great planet, we're ready to take you there. It's time. Turkish Airlines. Widen your world.
What do you get when you combine the world's best lens technology with precision archery? Absolute dominance. Pila and Zeiss have created the world's only archery-specific performance eyewear. With cutting-edge filtration for increased definition, perfect optics, and light-managing lenses to increase focus and relax the eye. Isn't it time you saw the advantage? See more gold with Pila.
Dead center for Rio, the great sportsman in archery. 20-year-old Bridger Deaton wins the gold medal. Julien de Loche. Rick van der Ven of the Netherlands is your gold medalist and able to hold his arms and that bow very high in the air, pose for his golden moment.
There comes a smile.
Excel Sights, leading technology, proven results.
It all began in the Ukraine back in 1931. For more than 8 decades, this outdoor test of an archer's skill has played out on many of the world's great stages. London, Paris, Berlin, New York, Beijing, and Belek have all hosted the best with bows and arrows. Now that duty's been bestowed upon Denmark and the iconic city of Copenhagen, one of the most diverse spots on the planet, at least at this moment. A record number of 96 countries brought more than 600 archers to this World Championship event. Armenia, Bangladesh, Moldova, Israel, Estonia, and many, many more have all come to Scandinavia seeking precious medals and a place in the record books. Wherever in this world you might be watching, Velkommen, Ni hao, Hola, Konnichiwa, Dzień dobry, Merhaba, Privyet, Shalom, Guten Tag, Bonjour, Buongiorno, good day mates, and Aloha. Welcome to Copenhagen's Christianborg Palace and the 2015 Archery World Championships. Along with John Knott from the United Kingdom, I'm Carl Arky, bidding you a pleasant good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon where you are joining us. We're glad to have you and yours watching our live coverage on Archery TV. And John, what a great setting we have for this World Championship event.
Absolutely, Carl. This is a stunning venue. It's busy, it's right in the center of town. It's quite sheltered, so we should see some amazing archery. We've got some fantastic shooters coming up this morning.
There you see the weather conditions, the wind speed, 13 kilometers. Of course, we see wind everywhere we go. We see it in China, Shanghai, we see it on Antalya, on Konialti Beach. We'll see wind here today in Denmark. We have all week long.
Absolutely. We've had 5 seasons in 5 minutes a couple of times today. This week, unbelievable, brilliant sunshine, driving rain, high winds still. It's added up to a really exciting championship, some real twists, some real turns, as we all know. So
really spices things up. Also spicing things up this morning in the team competition. 2 countries we don't see all that often, but they played prominent roles this week, and I think they will here this morning, Venezuela and Iran.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't get a chance to come to all the World Cups. You know, they don't have as much money as some of the countries, but when they do turn up, and they make their shot count. They take it. Also the Ukraine as well today. The Ukraine compounds don't go out very often. So fantastic, really, for them.
You bring up a very good point. The World Championships bring so many people together. The World Cup is terrific. It's a great tour, but not everybody can get to Colombia. Not everybody can get to Shanghai, but everybody tries to get to the World Championships.
It's the World Champs. Everyone is here.
96 countries, and actually there were over 700 entries. We did not have 700 competitors because there were some visa problems, and then there were some financial problems for some of the athletes, but over 600 athletes. When you think about when this all started in 1931 in Poland with 31 athletes. We're now up to almost 700, and we're about to see some of the best in the business about to begin shooting right now as we get set for the women's team bronze medal match. This will feature Venezuela and Korea. And the team from Venezuela, first out of Christianborg Palace here in Copenhagen, Denmark. Packed crowd in the stands, and what a setting as Venezuela takes to the field. Venezuela defeated Norway by 6 points, then knocked off the United States by 5, lost to Ukraine by 2 in the semifinals. So as the trio from Venezuela works its way up there, we're reminded of the fact that Venezuela won a bronze medal in Torino in the World Championships back in 2011. Defeated Mexico there by 5 today. They'll be taking on a very strong squad from Korea. Now let's meet the team from Venezuela, the 3 archers from South America. And they'll be led by Joanet Leal, 24 years of age, Ana Mendoza, also 24, and Olga Bosch, 36 years old, completing this trio for Venezuela.
This is they're an experienced team. They've done a lot of internationals, and they always deliver.
Talk about always delivering. Korea always seems to deliver. Korea's so strong in this sport of archery. And here comes the Korean team. out of Christianborg Palace, Korea. Scored a 21-point win over GBR this week, then slipped by South Africa by only 3 points, and then dropped a 4-point decision to the Dutch, to the Netherlands. And so Korea winds up in this women's bronze medal match. Now, this is a team that has a lot of youth on it. Kim Yoon-hee, 21 years of age. Sul Da-young, 19 years old. And Choi Bo-min, the veteran, at 31 years of age.
Yeah, and this team, they're packed full of experience. Choi herself, we know, is a veteran recurve shooter as well. So she's been on these stages many times. They all have, and against GBR, they started out in 120 dozen. They were ahead of all. They beat all the men's teams on the field. So these girls are tough, and this stage will not bother them. They'll feel at home out there. Got to say, that entrance there, I got a tingle just seeing them walk out that entrance.
It is dramatic, to say the very least, here in Denmark. By the way, in the compound team events, 3 archers per team, as you just saw. Each of the archers shoots twice during the 4 separate ends. So each team shoots a total of 6 arrows per end, 24 altogether for the match. And John, how do we determine the winner?
Team with the highest score wins.
Simple as that.
Simple, straight score.
Straightforward.
No arguments.
So here we go. Korea to shoot first to start the 2015 Archery World Championships. And they start off strong with a 10.
That's the way to start. Put the pressure on your opponent straight away and make them think.
That target 50 meters away. And Korea with a 10 already. 9. They tack on 9 more points.
It's going to be interesting to see the first few arrows from teams today, because, as I said earlier, they're practicing on the other side of the palace in a completely different direction. So, there we go. So I'm guessing there's not a lot of wind change between the practice and the competition field, which is great for archers to know that as well, because they'll be more confident coming out.
That practice field is at least a quarter mile away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fitness test just between the two.
So now
Great
Venezuela. Strong start for Venezuela.
Yeah.
Ana Mendoza.
She's shot in finals herself before now in Colombia, I think, and she's experienced. So.
Trying to keep pace with Korea and doing more than just keeping pace.
Olga, confident.
So Olga Bosch matches that 10 by Ana Mendoza. And now here is Joanette Leal, 24 years old, ranked 132nd in the world.
Fuerte, fuerte.
Oh, that's a shame. It's giving Korea a little bit of daylight. This early, you don't want to be doing that.
Perhaps some nerves, or just feeling things out.
It's going to give Korea a chance now to really turn the pressure screw on Venezuela.
So early on, a 2-point lead for Korea, and they try to build upon that. That's 3 10s out of their first 4 shots.
Yeah. They're dialed in. They're really well dialed in.
Kim Yoon-hee, Choi Bo-min, Sul Da-young, the 3 archers from Korea.
So Choi can set them up with a really strong 58, so they're guaranteed a 1-point lead. No.
Another 9.
9.
So a good but not great opening end for Korea.
That's good, but Venezuela need 3 10s to keep up. So Mendoza needs to keep them in it. There we go.
Ana Mendoza, 40th in the world, has 15 career match victories and averages 9.3 points per arrow. That time above her average with a 10. Now Olga Bosch.
9.
So 10 right here would keep things very close as the sun breaks through here in Copenhagen.
She needs to improve on her first arrow now to keep her team in this. Bosch coaching her through it. Yes, brilliant.
Leal lands one in the 10 ring.
Yeah, she'll feel much better after that. She would have been gutted with that 7 on her first arrow. So 1 point to Korea.
So a close one here in the opening match of the 2015 Archery World Championships.
Korea look very serious there, don't they? They're really thinking, and I think they've got cold hands as well. All in their pockets.
They've got the vests on, and it is a little bit brisk. Of course, the rest of Europe is enduring a heat wave right now, but here in Copenhagen, about maybe 65 degrees Fahrenheit, which is...
You need a jumper.
Yes, you need a jumper.
That's the way I think to describe it. But no, look at fantastic packed house out there this morning, Carl. It's absolutely brilliant. They're right up to the end, past the bleachers, you'd call them.
The bleachers, yes, they are packed in here, and just a great job of organization here in Copenhagen. Archery Denmark, World Archery Denmark, Sport Event Denmark, wonderful Copenhagen, and the municipality of Copenhagen organizing and promoting this championship event. Rolf Lind, the president of World Archery Denmark, and they've done a terrific job all week long of staging this event leading up to the finals here today and tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic week. Superbly organized.
So a 1 point lead for Korea, which means Venezuela will shoot first. Trailing by 1, 57 to 56 after the first end.
Okay, so Venezuela shooting first now. That's on the line, I think. 10.
Venezuela was very strong and consistent in that opening end, save for the third shot, which was a 7. But Joanna Leal redeemed herself with a 10 on the final shot of that first end. Now here's Olga Bosch, and she veers outside into the 8 ring. The first shot by Mendoza with the asterisk by it, which means too close to call.
Yeah.
Could be a 10, could be a 9. We'll have to wait.
Shaking a lot, really is. Nope. Just under the 10. Nervy looking end there from they didn't look settled that end at all, Venezuela. I think the first one will be a 10 though. It looked really close.
So now here comes Korea.
Great shot.
Sticks it in the 10 ring.
10.1 7시 다양한 차분하게 10점에 끝까지
And another 10.
Good shooting. So Choi with a chance to really start building this lead up now for Korea. If this goes in the 10, Venezuela gonna have to really react. It's a 9.
So Choi Bo-min with a 9. Choi Bo-min, 10th in the world. Picked up a team silver in Antalya just about 2 months ago on Konyaaltı Beach. Won the gold medal at Stage 1 Shanghai in 2013. Now back to Venezuela.
Mendoza shooting really well for Venezuela at the moment. Their teammates need to back her up.
Now here's Olga Bosch. 23 career victories, averages 9.4 points per arrow. Her last medal came at Stage 3 in Ogden in 2012. She wants another one.
Yeah, she does. She former World Cup finalist, if memory serves me right, many years ago, in the early days. Oh, great shot. 3 10s there. That's the comeback Venezuela needed. And get one back.
So Venezuela rebounds after a little bit of a shaky start here in the second end.
Yeah.
And now Korea, can they respond? They usually do.
You beat me to saying that.
그렇죠.
Yeah, she shot well.
Some of the VIPs in attendance here, along with Tom Dillon, Secretary General of World Archery in the back row there.
That wasn't settled down at all then. Did you see her bow moving around?
That little that came from you. You can tell there was a flinch.
Yeah.
So a surprising 8.
Big chance now. Choi needs to keep the team strong now.
Choi Bo-min comes through. So Choi Bo-min, the 31-year-old veteran, who was a silver medalist in 2007 at the World Cup final in Dubai, used to shoot recurve and then switched over to compound.
Absolutely, yeah. I think she missed out on the 2008 Olympic team after being in the team for a few years, and then we didn't see her for a couple of years, and then when Korea started shooting compound, pops Choi Bo-min and wins Shanghai World Cup, if I remember, 2 or 3 years ago.
A strategic move. There's so many great archers in recurve in Korea. Sometimes you have to find another way to get onto the field and compete internationally, and for Choi Bo-min, that route was to go to compound.
Absolutely, and she's superb at it as well. And when you stand behind her and watch her, her line is it's phenomenal. And that obviously comes from her recurve days, so it's nice to watch her shoot.
You're listening to John Knott from the United Kingdom. I'm Carl Arky, and we hope you're enjoying our live shot-by-shot coverage here of the 2015 Archery World Championships in Copenhagen, Denmark. We are in the heart of Copenhagen at Christianborg Palace, which is located actually on an island surrounded by a small canal.
Yeah.
And it's just a fascinating, wonderful city. And hopefully our pictures and the things that we'll be taking shots of will give you a good feel for just the beauty of this city.
The sun's starting to break through the crowd now as well, which is great, but those archers have settled in with it quite clouded over. And now that sun's going to come out, and it's going to look a little different when they shoot this end. So it'll be interesting to see if that affects any lefts or rights.
Think they'll go to the sunglasses?
You might see the sunglasses coming out, but you don't always want to change mid. You want to start as you start, yeah?
Right.
So you might see others coming out later with them on, but it'd be interesting to see if that sun starts getting in their scopes. It can cause a little bit of brightness when you're aiming. Just keep an eye on what happens.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah,
of course,
I want to see 10s, but
as we say in the States, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
Absolutely.
Right now, Korea's doing just fine with a 2-point lead. In fact, they built on that 1-point lead they had after the first end and added another point to that lead after 2 ends.
Yeah, Venezuela are hanging in, but Korea are just keeping out in front. The interested third end now. But the lead shooters for Korea and Venezuela are shooting well. Mendoza didn't get that 10 actually. I thought she might have got that. But the lead-off shooters shooting really strong.
The difference right now is that 7 in the first end and that 8 in the second end for Venezuela. Otherwise, this would be a tie match.
Yeah, big time.
But it's just a little something here and a little something there that makes the difference when you get to this level. It's very thin margin of error.
Yeah. That's, we're at the, as I said, this is the business end of the week now, and you don't get away with little mistakes anymore.
So now we go to the third end as we get set here in Copenhagen. A little slight delay.
I think they're just running the arrows back from the target still. Oh, there we go. There's the arrow runners. They couldn't get the little car to work out here today because there's a lot of steps around there.
A lot of cobblestone.
Yeah.
Of course, Christianborg Palace has been built and rebuilt many, many times down through the centuries. Been burned down a few times and rebuilt, and there's quite a history at Christianborg Palace. Of course, this is home of the Danish Parliament, the Prime Minister's office. It's the seat of their government. It is also a cultural center. In fact, as I look at my notes, this is the only building in the world to house the legislative, executive, and judicial branches of government all under the same roof.
Wow. There you go.
Pretty fascinating.
That is amazing. And now it's hosting the World Archery Championship finals.
The world has come to Christianborg Palace.
So Mendoza, can she carry her good form and keep the pressure on Korea for Venezuela?
She won an individual and team bronze medal at stage 3 in Colombia 2013. Starts off strong.
They really need some 10s though.
Now here's Olga Bosch, who was on the team that won a bronze medal at Torino in the World Championships in 2011.
See this, I wonder if this is this little bit of sun out now and it's just giving them a slightly different picture. There's the teammates who are shouting at her a bit there, giving her some advice, I think. Would have said it was a good shot. Look at that group.
Good grouping.
Good grouping. But yeah, and I think her teammates were trying to tell her they shot good shots, but they were going right. So Korea now with an opportunity to
Put a little
really,
bit more daylight between themselves and
really
Venezuela.
make the last end a little more comfortable, I think we could say. Oh.
As soon as we say that, a 9.
Get the commentator's curse going for the day.
Second shot, third end for Korea.
Oh,
Almost in the red ring, almost.
big let off for Venezuela so far.
Choi Bom-in.
Choi with a chance to extend the lead for 3
자신 있게.
if she gets a 10.
여유 있어. 9.
It's another 9. So
셋이.
How about that?
Korea don't normally let you off.
So Venezuela can exhale for just a moment. Now they've got to take advantage of this opportunity. They're still only down by 2.
Yeah, yeah. Mendoza. No, same place.
Anna,
Same
move the
place.
side, mas.
Can hear the coach in the
No, me, no breeze.
telling Anna to move her sight.
Let's see if Olga Bosch can zero in.
No.
So
Sorry.
9s across the board.
Yeah.
Hey girls, no breeze. Everybody.
Can Leal break through?
The coach is getting quite
Animated.
yeah.
Yes.
No breezer. I think that's Spanish for there's no wind. And another 9.
And yet,
You went right.
with calm conditions here, in fact, the flags aren't moving.
I'm just having a look. No, that windsock is not moving at all.
벌려주자.
So Korea with the let off of the let off.
까지.
Question is, how generous do they want to be?
Not very.
Not very,
Not
no.
very.
As you can tell from that opening salvo right there.
Yeah.
아니야. 9시.
Bearing down,
차분하게.
drawing back.
10점에 끝까지.
The release, and another
Yeah,
10.
Fantastic.
3시 10점.
Good shooting from Korea.
어? 괜찮아. 그대로. 어?
They were not going to give Venezuela 2 chances.
Choi Bom-in
Oh,
strikes gold again.
there you go. Venezuela, they need to come out punching next end. Big time.
And hope they get a little bit of luck and a little bit of assistance from Korea. And Korea, by and large, generally in these situations, usually goes ahead and puts the match away.
Yeah.
So Venezuela hoping to emulate what the Venezuelan team did in 2011 in Torino when Venezuela defeated Mexico by 5. Right now they're down by 5. And that's a big mountain to climb, John.
It is. It is. In compound with this, but if they can come out, as I said, punching, if they can put 3 10s in, it just makes that a little bit harder for Korea. If they don't apply any pressure now, it's just going through the motions for Korea, almost just making sure they make good shots without too much consequence of not getting a 10. But if they've got to get the 10s, it gets a bit harder.
Right now it's a psychological challenge.
It is, yeah.
So there's your score, 171 to
confirmed.
166.
Yeah, that was a big hitter there on the third end for Korea.
They picked up 3 points.
Yeah.
And it was a solid end for Venezuela with 6 straight 9s.
Yeah, they grouped perfect
the-
group of arrows, but they just weren't moving their sight, as the
But-
coach said.
To quote Crocodile Dundee, you can't bring a knife to a gunfight.
No. Right, so can Venezuela give themselves some hope? That's what they need to do.
Leading off,
That's
Ana
the way.
Mendoza.
That's the way. The teammates need to do this as well. Mistakes can happen, you know, so Venezuela need to fight.
Mendoza set the bar high.
Yeah.
Olga
That's a great
Bosch
arrow there. Bosch, yeah.
emulates that, follows her lead with a 10.
Yeah.
And here is Joannette Leal.
Yeah.
Team bronze medal in 2013 in Medellin.
That's okay. That's okay. There's a chance.
Drifted a little bit high.
Yep. Korea have given chances in this match. Just Venezuela haven't taken them. So can Korea keep the door shut, or can they show Venezuela a little bit of daylight? Oh, there's one.
So the 9 to start off this fourth and final end for Korea in the women's team bronze medal match. Choi Bo-min watching on as her
There's
teammate
a 10.
posts
That was
a 10.
a good shot. Yeah, she was strong on that. And boom, Choi now with all her experience. What a great arch, and now we're taking this shot. There we go. So nothing back from Korea.
Choi Bo-min laser lock on that 10 ring. Lands it in the sweet spot. And so it's still a 5-point lead for Korea with just 3 arrows to go.
Come on, Venezuela, show us what you can do. No.
Mendoza's shot drifting just left into the 9 ring. So Mendoza done for the day, it would appear. Olga Bosch.
Nice shot. Great shot. So Venezuela actually can get their best end now of the day. They can get a 58 with this arrow, but it's that third end really. There we go. Great shooting. 58. That's their best finish.
Joannette Leal, the 24-year-old who started competing in 2008, comes through with a 10 on the final shot. So 224 total points for Venezuela.
That's their second highest of the tournament.
And Korea with a little bit of...
So they can't extend their victory margin anymore, but still got to shoot the next 2 arrows properly. There's still things can happen.
Fundamentals right here.
Yeah, good shot there.
Strong shot. And Korea will hand it out to Choi Bo-min to bring them home. Choi Bo-min, the 31-year-old, ranked 10th in the world.
Stacks of time as well for her. There we
Choi Bo-min wraps it up. And it will be a 5-point victory for Team Korea here in the women's team bronze medal match.
Good consistent shooting from Korea. Nothing incredible, just kept it solid all the way. When they gave Venezuela a chance, Venezuela they didn't take it. They didn't have the killer arrows. So well earned bronze medal for Korea, who, you know, as I said, started the tournament fantastic when outscoring all the men this week.
When you look back at this match, John, no major mistakes by Venezuela, just a little bit off here and a little bit off there. And Korea, I think their worst shot of the match was an 8 that came in the second end on the 5th shot, but no shots lower than that.
No. Venezuela started with a lot of 10s, but they, unfortunately they had a 7. There was an 8 in the next end, then they had 6 shots with no 10s, and in compound there is no room for that. And unfortunately they just couldn't focus down. And Korea, deadly as always, don't give anything.
So Korea comes through and wins the women's bronze medal here in Copenhagen to start us off. A year ago, or 2 years ago in Belek, it was the team from France, Sophie Dodemol, Pascal Lebec, Sandria Vendionon, who won the bronze medal there. USA took the bronze in Ulsan in 2009. After also winning it in 2007 in Leipzig. Back in 2005, it was Denmark winning in Madrid, and in 2003 in New York City, it was Germany winning the bronze medal. So now you can add Korea to the history books, the 2015 bronze medalists in women's team compound competition.
Fantastic.
So the first match is in the books. here in Copenhagen, Denmark, where the weather has cooperated. It's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. As you look at some of the dignitaries who've come out.
Mario Scarcella, representing World Archery this week, as president has to be at the IOC Congress. Packed house still.
The Danish fans coming out to support this event. Denmark first hosted the World Championships back in 1950. 132 athletes attended back in 1950. That's back when the bows were made of steel and the arrows were made of wood. We've come a long, long way, and now we are heading down the road and heading towards the women's team gold medal match. And another interesting matchup right here between Ukraine and the Netherlands. Ukraine out first out of Christianborg Palace, and a very, very young team from Ukraine. This is a team that upset Colombia by 6, knocked off the top seed from Colombia in the first round, then went on and edged Denmark by 1, beat Venezuela by 2. So they've had some close matches and they've come through in the clutch. Now let's meet the 3 archers from Ukraine who will be representing their country here in Denmark. Victoria Diakova, Maria Shkolna, and Olena Borisenko. Diakova's 21 years old, Shkolna's 17, and Borisenko's all of 19.
Fantastic, absolutely brilliant team. As they don't get to many events. Maria Shkolna obviously became bronze medalist at the World Junior Championships. So she's going to lead this team early this week.
And here comes the team from the Netherlands. A team that moved past Mexico by 4, then beat Italy by 7, and knocked off, well, you saw it just a moment ago, a strong team from Korea beat the Koreans by 4.
Yep.
So as they get settled in down there, we'll get set to introduce you to the trio from the Netherlands. The 3 Dutch archers, including Inge van Kaspel, who's 24 years old, ranked 20th in the world, Irina Markovic, who's 38 years old, and then there's the very engaging 17-year-old Evelien Roneveld, who is unranked, but really coming on strong, which we saw in Yankton at the Youth Championships just last month.
Absolutely. This is a team of experience and youth. Fantastic. This is Evelien Groeneveld's first ever senior international event. They rewarded her for doing so well in the World Junior Championships. So, yeah, it's amazing how they're doing this week. She shot brilliant all week. Van Kaspel, so experienced, and the same with Markovic. So, yeah, this could be a real exciting match. And like 4 archers, so juniors still basically involved in the gold medal matches. It's fantastic for the sport.
Ukraine caught everybody's attention when they knocked off the defending champions from Colombia. Colombia winning in Belek. Sarah Lopez, Alejandra Usquiano, and Aura Maria Bravo.
Great start.
But Ukraine off to a flying start here. Or excuse me, the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Now here is Evelien.
So amazing.
17 years old.
Yeah, what a
Wow.
shot, what a way to start.
Wow.
Yeah, she was in Rome 2 weeks ago at a youth international, which she won in the cadet age group, which is like under 17 under. So for her to be here now on this stage is incredible. 10-10-10. Brilliant shooting there from the Dutch. So that's showing their experience right there. Can the Ukrainians keep up how well they've been shooting this week?
The gauntlet has been thrown down, and I believe this is Diakova.
Yep, that's a
leading
strong
off.
start. 9 just out.
Victoria, 21 years old, ranked 169th in the world, and now here is Maria Shkolna.
Yeah, she is such an exciting.
You're high
shooter.
on her, aren't you?
I am. She's such an exciting shooter. She beat Lopez at the World Junior Championships and earned the respect of the entire field. So they're a slightly bit, again, on the not quite got their sights dialed in yet.
Now Olena Borisenko, 19 years old, Right around 9 points per arrow. This is just her second international competition.
She wasn't happy with that. This is shaking of the head. So the experience of the Dutch as shown on the first end. Ukraine are going to need to come back real strong.
And they've got a strong leadoff athlete in Inga van Kespel, who's ranked 20th in the world.
Yeah. She's one of those athletes who is always in the mix. She's always up there in the ranking. She just, you know, in indoor, outdoor, she's an all-rounder. Oh.
So a pair of 9s that they start off with the 3-10s.
Yeah. I'd love to know. I'd love to go down now, but I wish I'd gone down for a walk around just to see and feel if there's any wind or
swirling, yes,
anything like that. Yeah.
We're at a crossroads here.
There you go.
Apparently the wind
great.
didn't affect Irina Markovic,
no.
the 38-year-old who was 10th in the world back in 2011.
Yeah, she's been there, done it. You know, she's always in the mix at events.
So now back to Ukraine. Victoria Diakova.
There we go. They're in now. Good shot.
Diakova looking for her first medal at any level here on the international scene. She hands off now to Maria Shkolna, 17 years old. Won the bronze medal at the Yankton
10-10
Youth Championships in June.
Yep. Yeah, also, World Indoor Junior Champion in the team as well, Shkolna.
Now Borisenko. Her average is right around 9 per shot. And gets her average there. A little happier, though, than she was with her first shot.
Absolutely, yeah. She came off happy. She was happy they got a point back as well from that early deficit. Keep it tight. They'll shoot first next time. So, you know, the Dutch came out fire in there. 3-10s, just to kind of rock the younger Ukrainians. But no, they dug deep. They improved on their second end, got a point back. So right now, they're a little bit tense there. They're a little bit like, if you look at them, arms folded a bit. Yeah.
At that age, it would be difficult not to be a little bit in awe of the setting, in awe of the scene here in downtown Copenhagen.
Yeah. But the 3 down with 18 to shoot, that's nothing. Out there in these finals, I don't think anyone's going to be like shooting clean. Yeah, there's going to be chances. They just need to take them when they come.
Good look at Olena Borisenko, who has 2 match wins in her early brief career, just 19 years old.
Yeah. She wasn't happy with that one. No, she was like, oh, really? That's not my first shot I wanted.
No mulligans.
But imagine how, you know, they walked out to that doorway. The first match I saw walk out that doorway gave me a tingle. They've got all these people, all this crowd. They've got the man, you know, Stephen George shouting out your name as you're walking out.
Cameras, lights, action,
All of a sudden, your body doesn't feel like yours. And if you, for the people who've been on that stage, it's still a buzz. So for your first time, it's insane.
Looking through the
good
lenses.
Shot there. Good shot.
For Victoria Diakova. Diakova. X marks the spot. Now Shkolna, who did pick up a team gold medal at the 2014 World Indoor Championships.
Yeah.
So they're settling in a little bit now.
They are. The thing is, if any wind does come in here, it's going to hit that building. It's going to turn and come back on you. So you might feel it on your one side, but it's going to be the other side at the other end. So, but the feeler flags down the side aren't moving at all. So. There you go, Van Kespel.
Shooting when the winds are calm right now. Inga van Kespel.
Oh.
Drifts into the 8 ring.
Yeah, there's a lot of, they all look a little bit nervous down there right now.
Certainly makes things more interesting.
Yeah.
As Evelyn Grunewald.
That's a good shot. Impressive shooting from the other 17-year-old.
She picks up for Inga van Kaspel.
Yeah.
Balances out that 8 with a 10. And now here's Markovic. Won a mixed team bronze medal in Shanghai to start the season.
Markovic is shooting really well there at the moment. Good shooting.
So the lead remains at 3.
Yeah.
Bird's eye view of Christianborg Palace provided by Hit the Roof Productions.
Come on. Ukraine need to start now focusing in a little bit more. They really need to start putting the pressure on the Dutch. A long shot. Oh, brilliant.
Pays off.
Yeah.
Shkolna strikes gold.
Yeah, that's her first 10, I think.
Took her time, was patient.
Yeah.
And now Borisenko. Elena eyes it.
Yes.
Buys it. Looks like it's on the...
Yeah, just caught that. Saw the paper bend in. She's happy now.
Just biting that line.
It's amazing the difference a 10 can make in a person's body language, isn't it?
And it was just by that much.
It's enough. Kaspel. A little bit.
Not quite as sharp
quite
as
in
we've
there.
usually seen her.
No.
But Eveline certainly has been. Ms. Kroneveld, unranked.
Yep. In her
From
first shoot,
Rotterdam.
and she's loving it. She really is.
All the fans back in Rotterdam loving it right now.
Yeah. The Dutch have found themselves a serious young talent here, and I know that the team around them in the Netherlands. Ron and Emil, she'll be well looked after. Oh,
an 8.
There's the chance the Ukraine wanted.
Now that changes the complexion of things
Yeah.
quite a bit, as that 8 by Irina Markovic.
Yeah, that
Brings
seemed a
it
little
back.
rushed. Went off very quickly. Very quickly. But then now, look at that. Now they're
Now
smiling.
look at the body language, yeah. Yeah. 5
Yeah.
minutes ago, the world didn't look so good.
Yeah.
But now, after the first 12 arrows, halfway through this match, the Netherlands with 113 points, but it's just a 1-point lead
Yeah.
over the young Ukrainians.
So the Ukraine get to shoot first again next end. And I think going into this, 1 down into the third, you can put some pressure on going into the clutch. You can change it, really change it.
We'll see if the momentum shifts and swings here.
Yeah.
As we said back in 2013 in Belek, it was Colombia coming away with the gold medal. 2011 in Torino, the United States claimed the gold with Erica Anschutz, Christy Collin, and Jamie Van Natta. They defeated Iran in Torino for that gold medal some 4 years ago. The United States also won the gold medal in 2003 in New York City. You remember Mary Zorn and Amber Dawson and Aya Labrie?
That was some team. Yeah, yeah. For me, the Anschutz, well, Jones as we now know her. Yeah.
Yes.
Colin Van Natta team, probably one of the best trios ever.
Of course, Erica on maternity leave this summer.
She is. Yeah.
We wish her the best. I'm sure we'll see her.
Yeah, the crowd
back
are getting, the crowd is starting to get a lot noisier, aren't they? They're warming up, like the Archers.
Getting into it here.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Ukraine does. How they respond. Victoria Diakova, ranked 169th in the world, gunning for her first medal ever.
She's caught a 10 there, I reckon. They put the asterisk up on it just to keep it tense.
What do you think, John?
I think it looked good.
Maria Shkolna with 12 career victories already in her brief career.
I think
that looks out.
she's deflected herself out there off her teammate's arrow. It's not. It's unlucky.
Good group.
They can go either way, those.
Now Borisenko. Steely-eyed.
Strong. She's
Oh, yeah.
what a group of arrows by the Ukraine there.
Determined.
Big time.
Stuck that one in the 10 ring. It could be 2 10s and a 9. We'll have to wait and see what the judges say. Now Inga van Kaspel.
Yeah, she's leaked a few her last few, so she wants to get back in it. There we go.
No
That's
leakage there.
No. No.
Inga on target.
Dutch know there's no room now because Ukraine are right on their tail and getting better. That's good.
Another 10 for Evelien Grunewald.
So impressed with her so far in this match.
Silver medalist in Yankton at the Youth Championships just last month. Had the gold medal within her grasp and it got away.
It did. So, all square there.
That shot got a little bit away from Irina Markovic.
Yeah, so she was Evelyn Grunewald was the cadet silver medalist, and then on the other team you have the junior girls bronze medalist in Maria Shakova. Yeah. Ah, look good. Just out.
So down by 2 as they head down the stretch here in this third end. The Netherlands leading by 1 arrow midway through this match and trying to build that lead back up.
Slightly high left. I think she needs to tweak her sight.
Now Borisenko came through with a terrific shot on her last attempt.
She needs a 10 now just to keep their momentum going. There we go. Brilliant.
Pair of 10s for Borisenko here in this third end.
That's good. She's really come on in this match, considering she came off shaking her head on that first arrow.
Well, her first arrow was an 8.
Yeah. Oh, the sun's suddenly come back out. Look at the brightness now.
Yeah,
that's
the clouds
right
passed.
in their eyes. Ooh.
So Inga van Kaspel trying to bear it down, but it sails a little bit high on her.
Yeah.
Grunewald.
Shooting good. That's she just. No,
That's a
good.
10.
That's
Yep.
a 10.
No question about it. So calm, cool, composed, poised. And now the veteran, Markovic.
That's even on our screen, the sun's suddenly making big shadows and
making it a little bit more difficult to tell what's happening 50 meters away on that target face. But right now, after the first 3 ends, it's a 2-point match.
Depends on that. Ukraine need to get that liner, so we need to keep a strong eye on that, because that could be a really important right now.
That first shot by Ukraine, by Diakova, here in the third end, is the one that's in question. So it'll either be a 2-point match or a 1-point match.
Yeah, and I think if it's a 1-point match, there you go, it is. It's a 1-point match.
Ah, they changed it.
So for me, 1 down, going into this end.
Too close to call.
Well, Ukraine get to shoot first, both, you know. So if they can turn it, they can really pile them in. The Dutch will know. And those last 3 arrows could be really hard. So it's exciting. It's what we want.
Good look at Irina Markovic, 38-year-old, who won a team silver medal in Belek back in 2013 on the beaches of Turkey.
For me, so far, Grunewald, the elite, so inexperienced, he's just been an absolute hero for the Dutch in this match so far.
Does Ukraine have a hero? We're about to find out. Victoria Diakova.
10.
10.
Brilliant. That's what they needed.
Just caught the line. Now here's Maria Shkolna.
Ten.
Peers through that sight, finds the 10 ring.
Really neat, yeah. This is the the start the Ukraine needed. Let's trust me, the Dutch wanted to hit 9.
Borosenko's been coming on strong
Yeah.
since the start of the match. Shot an 8 on her first arrow. Grimaces
so
as she released it.
So determined when she shoots. Brilliant. She's livid with herself for that, you can tell.
You don't have to wait long to find out how she feels about her shot.
No, she's very honest. Right. And Caspel. That is shaking a lot.
Trying to
Needs
steady.
to steady that down. 10. No,
Net
9,
eroverheen.
just out.
9,99.
So close.
Yeah. And Caspel was
Groeneveld.
really nervous there. You can see it. Groeneveld though. Oh,
Links een 9,5 tot hoog.
The plot doth thicken.
it's now all square.
The Dutch could fall behind unless Irina Markovic comes up with a 10. She has to have a 10 to knot this score at
Settle it
198.
No,
And she does
no.
not. And Ukraine leads by 1.
Kom aan meiden.
Ukraine can now put this out of reach. This is big.
3 straight 10s and it's theirs.
Buzz it. The crowd is buzzing now, sensing it up here. It's brilliant. Oh, nine.
Doors open.
It's just saw that front arm come swinging across.
Маша до конца, корпус вперед.
Skolna. Somebody the biggest arrow she's ever shot right now.
Хороший.
Oh,
Skolna with a 9.
no one wants to take the chance.
Trying to go for the jugular and they're just not able to find that
We need
vein.
a 10 now to make this really interesting.
Borosenko standing tall.
There you go.
Oh, what a strong
She-
shot.
She is such a determined shooter. I like her a lot. Brilliant. So
All right.
Да, насколько
it's
интересно.
20, 30 to win, 29
To
to
tie
tie.
and force a shoot off. Oh my
Oh, no.
goodness. And
Ing.
8 by Inga van Kaspel.
Oh no, there's nothing they can do now. What a shame.
Groeneveld with
Just
a 9,
Oh,
but for all intent and purposes, this match is over.
Yeah.
And what a reversal of fortune we have watched here
Yeah.
in this 4th end.
Ukraine just had so much fight in them. No.
9,5 laag.
What a shame for the Dutch girls. They shot great, but the Ukraine just applied that pressure.
Well, each team in a
Yeah.
big hug, but it's a hug of consolation for the Dutch girls.
Yeah.
And for the Ukrainians,
Yeah.
a hug of pure joy. You can see the fans in the stands are absolutely thrilled and excited, and why not? They should be, as Ukraine fell behind early, but was able to stage a comeback.
That's amazing.
Came from 3 down, and you said it in the first end,
Yeah,
John.
I
3
did.
down,
Yeah.
there's still a long way to go.
Long
They
way
can
to
make
go.
that up.
They just sat in there all the way. And as I said, 1 point down with 3 to shoot, with 6 to shoot, sorry. You can just apply the right amount of pressure at the right time. And yeah, that's massive for those Ukrainian girls because they are so young. They don't get many chances. They don't get to many events. What a win. What an awesome win.
Well, after trailing by 3, following the first 6 arrows this match, they wind up winning by 3. So
Yeah.
that is a 6-point swing that we saw from beginning to end.
Yeah, yeah. I really feel for Ingvan Kaspel because, you know, so much pressure on that shot. And it was she was either going to be a hero or it was going to be bad news. And unfortunately, oh dear. What an exciting match though for a gold medal.
Thrilling
Down
for
to the
Ukraine.
wire. Yeah.
Thrilling for Ukraine and agonizing for the Dutch, although the Netherlands will get a silver medal. They will
Yes.
not go home empty-handed.
Yeah.
So a silver medal at the World Championships, not bad, but
It's
they
an
knew they had
awesome
the gold in their
achievement, but-
grasp.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But now-
congratulations to Ukraine
Yes.
on winning the women's team gold medal in dramatic fashion here in Denmark. where again we get the great bird's eye view here at Christiansborg Palace. We're on the grounds just outside the home of the Danish Parliament.
And it's now buzzing out there. That really got the crowd then. You almost felt the whole stadium just England. She shot that 8. You felt everybody just go, oh no. It's like,
there was a certain feel of electricity that came throughout the venue. By the way, this venue constructed in about the last 3 days. I was here Wednesday, and there was nothing here.
Yeah.
And they began constructing it, put this incredible venue together. Chris Marsh and his crew, congratulations, hats off to them on a tremendous job.
Incredible team.
And hats off to the Ukraine on winning the women's team gold medal. Now we bring on the men, and it's the men's team bronze medal match. And who would lead Italy out of the Christiansborg Palace but the Sultan of Smooth himself, Sergio Pagni, leading Italy out to face Denmark. Italy this week, what a week that they had. They topped Turkey by 5. They won a shoot-off with the Netherlands, and then lost by 2 to an Iranian team that we'll see in just a few moments. An Iranian team that has really come on strong this summer in outdoor competition. But let's meet the 3 from Italy who'll be competing along with Sergio Pagni. We'll also have Federico Pagnoni and Luigi Dragoni. And these are experienced archers. Pagni is 36 years old. Pagnoni, 27. He's the youngest of the group. And Luigi Dragoni, 31 years of age.
Yeah, this is an experienced team as a team. They've shot in many, many, many finals. They're not going to feel too uneasy out there. But who are they up against?
Listen to the roar right now.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Denmark.
Yeah.
On their home turf.
Yeah.
And Denmark coming out of Christiansborg Palace. What a feeling and a sensation that has to be for this tremendous trio of archers who have been so strong and really maybe the dominant team along with the United States on the world scene the last 3 or 4 years in men's compound archery.
Yeah. Well, they came
team
here.
Competition at
They
least.
came here to defend the crown, obviously, because they were the champions in Belek 2 years ago. They're shooting for bronze. They're going to want to win it. Hansen's getting some great experience in for later today as well. So there we go. Martin Damsbo, absolute legend of the sport.
Martin Damsbo in the middle, on his right, Stefan Hansen.
Yeah.
Or to the right on the screen with Stefan Hansen, and then the big guy on the left is Patrick Larson.
Yeah.
And they are pumped up, you can tell.
They are good.
You know, they can downplay this all they want and say, ah, no big deal, you know, shooting at home in our home country, but you know that this is really important to them. This means a lot.
It does, it does. Martin's going to want a medal, so's Patrick. Stefan obviously already got a guaranteed silver, but that's not going to be enough for him. He wants that gold later. So, and on the other team, Pagni will fight harder than any man I know. And again, Denmark special to Sergio because he won the World Cup here himself in 2019. So
on the canal.
Yeah.
Now Denmark finished 6 up on El Salvador this week, beat India by 8 before falling by 4 to the Canadian team that we'll see in the men's gold medal match in just a moment. Now Patrick Larson will lead off for Denmark. That's what you want out of your lead.
Listen to that crowd. They are going to eat this up. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Stefan Hansen, who will compete in the men's individual gold medal match later on this afternoon, 20 years old, on the team that won the gold in Belek in 2013. Another strong shot.
Yeah, Stefan's been on the qualification fields. They had a like an arena at the end where they've been running matches all week. And Stefan started from the very first round and won himself through. Wow.
Well, look at that group.
Was at home on this target. And obviously he beat Schlosser on the way, which is, you know, you don't just beat
a world champion, yeah. And beat him in a shoot-off.
Yeah. Here goes the Sultan.
From the left side, Sergio Pagni.
In his palace.
Yes.
There.
Going to work.
This could get tasty. I imagine we won't see Sergio shoot again now until the 6th hour.
Luigi Dragoni 31 years old, ranked 56th. The bell tolls.
Yeah. That's a 10.
And it tolls for thee. Another 10 for Italy. High noon here in Copenhagen.
And another 10. Brilliant.
Pagnoni.
10, 10, 10, both sides.
10s across the board, the trifecta for both of these teams. So game on. Italy and Denmark for the bronze medal. Patrick Larson.
Just out. Just out. I don't think that's there. I know they've put an asterisk on that, but I don't think he's going to get that.
So Stefan Hansen will try to pick up.
Keep Denmark in it. There's not going to be a lot of room for error in this match.
Yep,
Oh.
knee down.
Almost got the spider.
You need to move your sight a bit, Stefan. There. Just off the spider. Give
Just
it
off the spider.
One click. There you go. He's done it. Fantastic.
And now, one of the great sportsmen in all of sports,
Yep,
Martin Dansbo.
And yeah. Looked a little shaky, Martin, on that shot, but he got it.
It'll be interesting to talk to him after this is all over and see what his feelings really were coming out of Christianborg Palace.
Yeah.
And being greeted by that crowd. Now there's a
Surprised at
shot
that.
just a little bit off.
Yeah, it went off really quickly.
And you're right, Sergio will anchor.
Yeah.
As Pagnoni was off the mark. Dragoni now, who won a team silver in Shanghai in 2013.
So, Italy are giving Denmark a little bit of space, and out here with this home crowd, this could become an exhibition match if they're not careful. They mustn't give Denmark a gap, because they'll just be gone.
Pagni. Long hole, pounds at home. Sergio Pagni, 36 years old, 9th in the world, 103 victories in his career. Wow.
So many. Yeah. If you said to me, pick your dream team, and who would you have shoot last in your dream team? I'd pick Sergio.
Would you pick Sergio?
I would pick Sergio. He just soaks it up.
Who would be on your dream team?
Oh, that's tough.
You open the door.
I think I'd go with Martin Damsbo and Sergio Pagni.
Maybe throw in Real Wild and
Well, I've got to get in there myself.
and John Nod. Yeah. Well, you know, we'll put together a dream team, and then we'll see who the alternate is.
Oh man, yeah, Rio
It'd
wouldn't
be
be a
tough to
bad.
choose.
It'd be a good alternate. Yeah.
Real Wild, of course, a big story this past week. Signed his scorecard incorrectly and went home.
Yes.
Which was unfortunate. It's tough to say whether the United States would have gotten into a medal match or not, but of course, obviously, they would have had a much better chance of getting into the bronze or the gold medal match.
It changes the rankings all the way down. So, you know, the effect of that error was bad on the. It's a shame for the whole event. It's a massive shame for Rio and Rio sponsors and World Archery and the event. The World Archery upheld the rules. I think the rules might be looked at, but they had to uphold the rule this week, unfortunately. Happened in other sports, but I think people will be very careful. Good shot there.
I know that Rio will be, certainly,
Yeah.
in the future, although the scorecard that he signed was to actually his detriment,
Yes.
not to his benefit.
No, that's correct. Yeah. There was a number that didn't look like the number it should have been,
And we've seen that happen in other sports. We've seen it in golf with Roberto Di Vincenzo many years ago.
Italy found their center again. They need to keep it really strong. Yeah, there we go. Italy back in the groove.
Denmark did have a 2-point lead after that. First end, 59-57.
Yeah.
And now after the 3-10s, let's see what Denmark does. Patrick Larson.
Yep.
Yep.
Streg 10 højre.
Larson.
Stadig derovre.
27 years old, burst upon the scene in Antalya, Turkey at stage 2 back in 2013, where he won the gold medal by defeating his teammate Martin Damsbo.
When he came as the alternate, because he only knew on the Thursday he was coming. That was unbelievable.
He was a last-second selection.
Yeah, and he's been a permanent fixture since.
Can't get him out of the lineup, nor can you get Stefan Hansen out either.
Hansen at the moment has only shot X's.
Now Damsbo.
Yeah. Oh, 9 Damsbo.
Drifts on
He looks a little
Damsbo.
bit like, oh.
So the match tightens up a little bit after that 9 by Martin. It's 88-87 in favor of the Danes.
Yeah.
Pagnoni, the 27-year-old, keeping it in the 9 ring.
So much experience. This Italian team as a team. They've medaled at quite a few World Cups in the last 2 years, haven't they? It's a consistent lineup with them.
Federico Pagnoni with a 10.
Yeah.
The 27-year-old. Coming through with a big shot to set the stage for Sergio Pagni, who won a team bronze in Poland, Antalya, and Medellin last year on the World Cup Tour.
Yeah.
Just
9.
outside the 10 ring.
So leaves Denmark with a little bit of space there now, because just to keep their lead going.
Larsen with an 8.
Ooh.
Wound up in the suburbs.
Wow, that little bit of space I was talking about has become
Maybe
a bit,
gone.
Yeah.
The gap may have been closed. No matter what Stefan Hansen
Then,
and Martin Damsbo
With
do.
a 10, Hansen.
They put it up as a 9 on the board, but
Feel
John
that
Knott
on
thinks
our-
it's a 10.
Yeah, just feel that on our back now.
Now a little bit of a
Suddenly
breeze.
A little bit of a breeze. Yeah.
Slight breeze picking up.
Now going on, Damsbo's got a piece of string on his end of his weights, and you can just see it. So
Yes, sådan.
10.
Got
There
it.
we go.
Yeah.
Kanon med det der.
Yeah,
Den trykkede altså lidt på den.
that's a good shot. Steady the
Damsbo.
ship.
Yep. Drops one in the 10 ring.
Hvad siger du?
All 1 point to
Nej, men den
Denmark.
måske skulle sætte en 9'er eller sådan et eller andet, og så den
1
bare
point
blev
lead.
trykket.
So,
So the
Italy will
2-point
keep-
lead is down to 1.
Yeah.
116 to 115 in favor of the Danes. Damsbo, Hansen, and Larsen.
We've got some twists and turns yet left in this match. Italy are not going to stand down and let the Danes just have a celebratory lap of honour, are they?
No, no. There'll be none of that. But there's plenty of that.
Yeah.
Great fan support
Absolutely.
here in Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark,
Yeah.
largest city in this beautiful country of over 1 million people, and the happiest nation on the planet.
Is that an official
That's what they
statistic?
say. They officially say that they're the happiest nation, and I think Patrick Larsen looks pretty happy.
Yeah. Damsbo's always happy. And Hansen, he's beaming. So, yeah.
Have you seen anybody who did not look happy here?
Come to think of it,
No.
no. Other than when it was raining the other day. But they weren't from Denmark, so.
Now the people who live here love it, and the people who visit love it as well.
It's a fantastic city. And I went out of the city back to the hotel on the S train last night.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I was in a spaceship. It was amazing. Unbelievable.
So as expected, a very close match. 1 point separating Italy and Denmark. Italy down by 1. Sergio leading off.
Pagni needs to set the team up, and that's how you do it.
What an amazing archer he is.
Yeah.
And how dominant was he with Marcella Tonioli back in 2013 in mixed team.
The dream mix team.
Oh,
Yeah.
dominant. Won the world title in Belek with Marcella.
And in Turin, didn't they? 2 years previous to that.
I believe so,
Yeah.
yes. And of course, Sergio, the 2009, 2010 back-to-back World Cup titles in Copenhagen and Edinburgh.
Good shooting. Yeah. Ah, they put up 9. I heard a 10, but it's gone up as a 9.
Denmark now.
Yeah.
And Patrick Larson, strong, steady.
Patrick wasn't settled on that. You can just see him moving around. I think there's a bit of breeze now on the stage, and it's just unnerving them, and it's a bit harder to aim. There you go. He's warming up well for this afternoon, isn't he?
When you look ahead to the next 10 years, Stefan Hansen may be the man who dominates men's compound.
He could be, yeah. I think.
Martin Damsbo.
Damsbo in the 10. I am looking forward to Hansen coming out to shoot for the world title this afternoon. The atmosphere, it's the last match of the day. It's going to blow this place.
Should be electric.
Yeah. Yep. There's 10.
So Italy firing up again.
Yeah, they need to shoot 2 more 10s now, or they're giving Denmark a chance to extend going into the final end, and they don't want to be doing that.
After the 10 by Pagnoni, Luigi Dragoni, ranked 56th in the world. Yeah. Averaging 9.65 points per arrow, but that time comes up with a 9 when he was looking obviously for the 10, trying to bring his team back. And again, it falls upon the broad shoulders of Sergio Pagni.
Yeah. He needs a 10. He always needs a 10.
And he usually gets a 10.
Yeah, there we go. So Denmark with 3 10s can go to 3 up, which is going to make hard work for Italy. So the Italians will be quietly hoping.
Yes,
oh, right down Broadway.
Yeah, there's no error there from Patrick. He's back. Hansen recently won the World Junior Championship in Yankton in America.
3rd time
yes,
that he's won that Youth World Championship.
Undefeated as a junior archer at a junior event.
Remarkable.
That is insane. He doesn't. I tell you, he knew how to celebrate when he won that.
Yes,
there we go.
3 in a row.
Hammering home their advantage there.
Actually, when you look at it, 5 in a row.
Yeah.
In this end, and the fans here in Copenhagen fired up.
Very Danish round of applause there. Very good. Yeah, Denmark now. Look, they look very at ease, don't they, out on that stage right now? They don't look tense like the last match. There was a real tension in the air all the way through it, but this has been very celebration almost.
And it's been a workmanlike effort by Denmark. They just go out and do what they do, which is shoot a lot of 10s.
Enjoying themselves.
Very much so, and enjoying the moment. And this does not happen very often. These archers, these athletes travel the world.
Yeah.
They could be in China, they could be in South America, they could be in Turkey, they could be in Poland, they could be in Tokyo.
Absolutely.
But to get an event like this here in your home country and be able to shoot in front of your fans and your family, what a wonderful opportunity this is, especially on a day like today.
Had a lot of press attention on them this week in the early parts of the week, and that's not easy for you as an athlete, because they will be asking you every time, you're going to win. What are your chances of winning? Who you got to watch out for? Who's your competition? Do you
Everybody
think you can win? And that question keeps getting asked. You know, it's your home crowd. Is it harder? Is it easier? And they had a lot to deal with, but Danish, they've got some guys in the finals, which is amazing. And
So here we go. It's a 3-point deficit facing Sergio Pagni and his Italian team with only 6 arrows left to shoot. He'll lead off and then he'll finish.
There you go. So Sergio's done the best he can for his team there. Come on, guys, match that. I really feel Italy need a 60 now to have any hope.
Dragoni
There you go. Great shooting.
matching Sergio's shot.
Actually, if you look at Italy's 2 targets, their left target is really good. It's their right target's just nowhere near it. There you go, 3 10s. That's great. So, yeah, only 2 9s on their left target, and their right is so many. Yeah, it's very strange. So they're starting well, they're just not closing the end out.
Patrick Larson.
Yes, linje er X-on.
Excellent, that's how. There you go, guys. I'll soak some of that pressure up for you.
17th in the world. Now we go to the young man who's ranked 26th in the world. Although that will change after this afternoon's gold medal match.
Yep,
Yeah,
right.
there you go, Stefan. 10.
Going for the kill.
Yeah.
Damsbo draws
so at
it
ease.
back.
So at ease, Martin. Just makes it look so easy.
Streg
10,
10
10,
højre,
10.
sådan. Godt op.
It
There you
is.
go.
That isn't easy.
No.
Oh, okay. he makes it
He
look
just-
easy.
That's why everybody thinks we should never miss, because Martin Damsbo makes it look too easy.
So they maintain the 3-point lead with 3 arrows to shoot here in
Yeah.
the men's bronze medal match.
Good. Italy are doing everything they can here. Just that Denmark are enjoying themselves.
Luigi Dragoni. Team silver in Shanghai 2 years ago. 2014, a team bronze in Poland and Antalya. But may go home empty-handed here from Copenhagen.
Yeah. Sergio closing Italy out. You'll still desperately want to be shooting a 10.
And if he gets a 10, that's 231. That's not a
There you
bad
go.
score.
It's not a bad score.
It's
at
not
all.
a bad score.
No, Denmark now just need to keep themselves composed and enjoy these shots. I think you're going to get a big cheer after every one of these 3 arrows now. Great camera angle there.
Højre 9
Nice.
lidt til højre. Fint arbejde.
Not
Some
quite
room
the
to play
60
with.
the crowd wanted, but
No.
still great.
45
That's enough.
sekunder.
But Denmark with a little bit of room to play with.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get too casual about this. Stefan Hansen, serious look on his face, and he shoots
That's
a
his
9.
first 9 of the match. He's like, oh.
So a 9 will win it.
Yeah.
But an
Okay, so
8.
Martin now needs to shoot a good arrow.
My money's on Martin Damsbo.
Yeah. That's the way. 10 for Martin Damsbo.
There's the money shot right there.
Brilliant. Just a little bit of excitement at the end there.
A little bit of drama
Yeah.
here in Denmark.
Yeah.
But Martin Damsbo puts an end to the drama as he
Fantastic.
drills the final shot right down the middle and
Yeah.
secures the bronze medal for Denmark.
I know they'd have wanted to be shooting for gold, but they shot really well there. They got to shoot in the front of the home crowd and win a match. That's got the Danish fans really pumped. They're very happy. They're going home with something. Yeah. Good team, good score, good entertainment for that match.
So the town crowd eating it up
Yeah.
here in Copenhagen on a gorgeous Saturday morning as Denmark comes through and wins the bronze medal.
Yeah, and that's brought the sun out as well.
It is indeed a sunny day for Patrick Larson, Stefan Hansen, and Martin Damsbo.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we'll see Stefan Hansen later on this afternoon in the men's gold medal match.
Absolutely, yeah. He looked pretty formidable in that match then.
Looked formidable in his match against Mike Schlosser.
Yeah.
And he'll have a tough battle this afternoon with Rajat Chauhan from India.
Yes. The Asian Games champion, he's a real cool customer, and I don't think he'll be fazed by the fact that he's against the home team. He's a real calm guy. So that'll be a tough match for Hansen. It won't be a gimme. It really won't.
So we add Denmark to the list of men's teams that have won bronze medals here of late. 2 years ago in Belek, it was France. 4 years ago in Torino, it was Canada. Chris Perkins, Dietmar Trillis on that team. Two gentlemen we'll see momentarily. In 2009 in Ulsan, it was El Salvador defeating Finland. Sweden won it in 2007 in Leipzig. Australia took the bronze home from Madrid in 2005. Canada captured it in 2003 in New York. And in 2001 in Beijing, the team from Great Britain, led by one Mr. Michael Pert.
Wow, Chris White would probably argue that he led that team, but yeah, fantastic. They also won it in '99 as well in France.
I was doing that for Michael's benefit, wherever he may be out there. He was on that team. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and in '99, so Michael, twice.
So those are your bronze medalists since the turn of the century, as you get a great, great look here at the crossroads of Copenhagen in beautiful, beautiful Denmark on a great Saturday morning. Cool temperatures, beautiful skies, and a great crowd on hand here.
Absolutely, absolutely packed out. And we await our final match of the morning.
Yes, the gold medal match will be coming right up. And here we go. It will be the men's team gold medal match here at the 2015 Archery World Championships in Copenhagen, Denmark. Canada against Iran, and it's Canada out first, coming out of the castle and being led by the one, the only, Dietmar Trillis. Now this team this week finished 3 up on Australia, won a shoot-off with South Africa, and then dropped Denmark by 4. Now, if you can beat Denmark, you've done something, and they beat them by 4. So, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here in just a few moments as Canada takes to the field, led by, as we said, Dietmar Trillis on your left right there. He'll team up with Christopher Perkins, a former world champion who won his world title back in 2011 in Torino. And completing the 3, Kevin Tederin, a 30-year-old who comes in unranked but has 14 wins to his credit. So this is quite a lineup for the Canadians.
Oh, that is a formidable team. There's not even a thought of a weak link in that team, and they've all won big events.
Now here is a fascinating team coming onto the field of battle right now. The team from Iran. Iran beat Venezuela by 1, knocked off the Colombian team by 1, and slipped by Italy by 2. Now bear in mind, Iran hadn't been in a finals match, in a gold medal match, since 2011. Now here in 2015, this is the second time this summer they've been in a gold medal match. They got to the gold medal finals at Stage 1 Shanghai. And now here they are again in a gold medal match. So they're becoming a big factor this summer.
Yeah, they're always strong shooters. They've always had some really strong shooters. I do believe it was Kazempor recently equaled the world record for the 720 round. So these guys, do not underestimate them. Canada are massive favourites in this match, but Iran will not lie down. They will fight.
Esmail Ebadi, Amir Kazempur, and Majid Ghedi, the 3 archers shooting for Iran here in the gold medal match. And as we mentioned, they had that strong week with wins over Venezuela, Colombia, and Italy to reach the finals for the second time in 2015 outdoors. But they'll be up against it with a strong, experienced team from Canada as Dietmar Trillis straddles the shooting line and will take the first shot of this gold medal match.
Dietmar is no stranger to the big stage. World champion, World Cup champion, Las Vegas champion, world record holder, and he knows how to shoot an arrow. So good lead-off shot from Dietmar, a bit high.
Dietmar, 46th in the world rankings right now, 61 career wins, a 70% winning average, or percentage, I should say. And here's Christopher Perkins,
the
former world champion from 2011 in Torino.
Perkins, phenomenal archer. Don't see a lot of him out of the States. You know, he shoots a lot in Canada and North America. Don't see much of him at the Vita events, the World Archery, but when he does, he always delivers. Ooh.
Tederin
look, rush.
sees red.
Yeah. That's a very loose opening end for Canada there. So Iran have got a chance to stake an early lead.
Ibadi. Ibadi starts off with a 10, 38 years old. He's ranked 24th in the world and has some strong help here today from his teammates.
Yeah.
Kazimpur and Gady.
Ooh, low shot there.
Low into the 8 ring.
Didn't.
Oh, 7, excuse me.
Yeah, it's a 7. Didn't take the full advantage there. Don't want to let Canada off too much.
Can only imagine the pressure.
Points advantage to Canada in the opening rally, but it's a very nervous affair so far. Like the ladies' gold match, there was a lot of tension and no one was really taking the chances until the death.
So an early 1-point lead for the Canadians as Dietmar Trillis toes the line again. And Dietmar sends one home into the 10 ring. Christopher Perkins. 18 career victories, almost in the same spot as Dietmar Trillis's shot.
Yeah. Loads of time for Tataran. He just needs to settle himself down. Looking a bit nervous.
Trying to hold it together, got the 9.
He's not quite relaxed yet, Tataran. There you go, Dietmar
just loosening him up, giving him a little bit of a neck rub.
But that's the type of guy Dietmar is. He knows how to lead a team. You know, he can sense his teammates a little bit nervous. Good shot there.
Ibadi.
Yeah.
Ibadi, who was on the team that won a silver medal in Shanghai earlier this season, which was, by the way, his first World Cup medal. Now there's a strong shot by Kazimpur.
Yeah.
Kazimpur, 32 years old, 41st in the world. His last medal came in 2011 at stage 3 in Ogden. Now Majid Gedi, 25 years old and ranked 51st in the world. And you can tell they're getting a little bit more comfortable now.
A little more, but Canada are very, they'll be happy they've got a lead because they didn't start amazing, but they'll relax down. They all look very nervous. Perkins looks a little bit on edge there, and Tataran. Dietmar, though, you know, it's just another day out for Dietmar, isn't it? And that's why he's won so much, because he loves to be out there, like we saw with Hansen. He wants to be in the limelight. It's just natural. And some people, they tense up, and they worry about losing. Dietmar just enjoys himself. Yeah.
Dietmar's been at it for such a long time. 57 years old.
Yeah.
He's been at this game for an awfully long time. Was the world champion 2007 in Leipzig.
Dietmar would say he's 57 years young.
Young. You're right. That's the way to look at it. That's exactly the way to look at it.
Absolutely. But no, this is going to be...
You know what? I think archery probably keeps him young.
Yes, it does. This match is going to have some real twists and turns, I reckon. Canada's agent struggling to get their arrows out.
So it's a 2-point lead for Canada, 56-54. The first time that Canada or Iran have been in this gold medal match at the World Championships since the turn of the century. It's usually been dominated by the United States. In fact, the USA had won the men's team gold medal at the World Championships from 2003 through 2011.
Yeah.
There was a string of 5 straight gold medals at the World Championships, and of course that was broken in Belek by Denmark back in 2013.
You could almost call it the Braden Galantine Team Award, couldn't you? Braden.
Rio.
Yeah.
Throw in Jesse Broadwater and Dave Cousins and Roger Willett Jr. and Dee Wild, in fact, was on the team back in 2003 in New York City.
What a legend. Yeah. Legend. It's so many of those guys, just unbelievable. So,
but it shows how the rest of the world has caught up now and how competitive it is.
Yeah.
You have Iran and you have Canada in this men's gold medal match.
Yeah. Iran not quite finding that 10 yet. They just look a little bit nervous still. And they've got to find the 10.
So here's Gady. Majid Gady was ranked as high as 21st in the world back in 2012.
There's the 10. Yeah.
Shoot again.
But if Canada, you know, relax and start enjoying themselves, there's going to be no way back for Iran.
Good.
Like,
Solid.
Dietmar appears to be enjoying himself.
Dietmar's just like, yeah, I'll shoot
Solid
turns.
as well.
And Perkins,
I can see.
obviously earlier this year, nearly won $1 million for shooting 3 perfect scores at the big indoor series in America. About 1 inch away with 30 shots to go.
Good.
10
Good.
Perkins.
Good. Good.
Put it on the line.
Yeah.
So that will count as a 10. Canada starting the second end with a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
And now Kevin Tatarin trying to keep it going.
Just not really. Taran's not relaxed at all.
Good. Solid
There
X.
you go.
There you go.
Brilliant. He's found his 10 now.
2 more.
That'll settle him down.
Good stuff, Kev.
That'll settle him down.
Ismail Abadi.
That's better from Iran. Much better. 2 in a row.
You know, he's only been competing outside Iran the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But when he shows up, he makes his presence felt. Kazempour does the same.
Brilliant. That's much better.
Now Majid Gady on the team that won the silver medal in Shanghai at stage 1 to start the World
Yeah,
Cup season outdoors this year.
A really impressive performance from them there in Shanghai. And that fantastic setting. I love that they turned the field around this year.
Yes, along the Huangpu River
Yeah.
in the Pudong district.
Yeah. There you go. 3 10s from Iran. So Canada woke up. Iran really woke up. For those nervous early.
In fact, after the
Alright,
first 2
engagement.
shots, they fired up
Yeah.
4 straight 10s.
Ah.
9.
Dietmar falters a little bit.
Yeah. Perkins.
Good.
Great shot.
Good. Good. Good.
Just 23 years old, Christopher Perkins.
Yeah. Bit of not a lot of time here for Kevin Tatarin.
Down to 10 seconds.
Yep.
Trying to hold it steady, and
so-
it's a 9.
Yeah. Canada
Still
let
solid.
it ran off a little at the end there. At least the
So the lead stays at 2.
Tatarin had to rush that shot there. I don't know if you noticed the coach was counting him down. Yeah. He's like 5, we need to get going kind of thing. So
And some archers respond well to that, while others
yeah.
might be panic time.
Well, the coach needs to understand what the archer wants. They'll talk to each other before the match, and he'll know, do they want a 10-second or a 5? Do they want a loud count or a quiet count? So it's important. Your teammates will have a job and they'll know each other really well, particularly a team who have shot together like this so often. Yeah.
So at the midway point, it's a 2-point match as Canada leads at 114 to 112.
Yeah.
Canada trying to pick up the men's team gold medal. And there's a good look at Kevin Tatarin,
Yeah.
the 30-year-old
Okay.
who came here to Copenhagen with 14 career victories to his credit. Did pick up a team silver medal at stage 3 in Ogden back in 2010, but that's been quite a while.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
He's been in a final himself in Antalya many years ago, I do believe.
Actually, he was, let's see, he reached the finals, I believe, in France at stage 4 in
That was
2008
it. Yeah.
and came away with a silver medal.
Yeah, so he's been around a very long time. Just again, one of these archers who doesn't do many, but he comes to the Worlds. He finished top 8 here individually this week as well. Knocked his own teammate Perkins out.
Crowd enjoying
Yeah.
the sunshine, the music, and the archery here at the World Championships in Copenhagen. Hope you're enjoying our shot-by-shot coverage here on Archery TV, wherever in this wide world you maybe happen to be watching.
The wind is picking up.
Just as they step up to the line,
And
but
so are the
Ebadi is
10s.
not bothered by that at all.
Yeah, the 10s are also picking up.
He's impressive. Averages 9.7 points per arrow. You can see why they have him leading off for Iran.
Yeah.
Kazimpor backing him up.
That's a
Just
9.
outside in
That's
the 9
9.
ring.
Yeah, that sun is. I wonder how much that sun is just getting in the scopes and making the aim a little bit nervous. And
Gady looking through that peep sight.
nice shot. 10. Iran, their body language is much better than when they came out. I think this stage is making people very nervous as they that walk out.
It's
of
a
those
big
doors.
stage.
It is. There's a lot of people out there. And
It's a big, big stage.
yeah.
It's not like shooting in your backyard.
No.
Although if you can mentally make it seem that way,
Yeah.
it's to your advantage. Now, Dietmar,
Dietmar's not happy with that shot. He thought
No.
that was good. So he's a bit like, oh. Look close. Perkins takes his time, but delivers a 10.
Perkins plants it right
Yeah.
where he wants it.
Yeah.
Now Tatarin.
Again, though, they're up against the time clock here because they should be inside the minute for their first 3, and
It's going to be under a minute.
yeah, he's gonna be rushing again on his next end, and that's not gonna help them.
Got it.
But he got it.
Good, Kev.
Getting better as the match goes on.
Yeah.
So Kevin comes through.
Yeah. So Canada are gonna have to watch the clock in their next end.
Ebadi
He's
Yes.
strong now.
sinks one
Yeah.
in that 10 ring. Ebadi has been consistent throughout this match.
Yeah, he's only shot 1-9 so far for a run. Oh, there's another 9.
You're right, out of
Needs
his 6 shots, Ebadi is fired up 10 on 5 occasions. Has had only 1 in the 9 ring. Now Majid Gedi
Yeah,
after
he's
the shot by Kazimpor.
He's been getting better and better and better. So
He needs a 10, but settles for a 9.
Hey guys, 2 to get.
would have been a big.
On the right.
So it's an opportunity right here for Canada to put more daylight between themselves and the team from Iran.
9.
Oh,
Deep
another
mark.
9.
A little bit farther over.
Lost his mojo a bit.
Yeah, the magic's gone.
But again, I think he's trying to rush to give his teammates. Look at the clock. 30 seconds and Perkins isn't at full draw. Tatarin is going to be rushing big time here. And a 9 for that.
Perkins let it go when there were 20 seconds. Now with 15 seconds, Tatarin
He's in a rush.
just drawing it back with 10 seconds now. Down to 5 seconds. Getting a countdown.
Oh, 9.
Not bad, all things considered.
That was not ideal. Canada need to not be putting themselves under that kind of pressure. All 3 had to rush there, and it didn't help them out. So has that squared the match? It has. If they've started his last arrow as an 8, yeah, I think he'll get the 9. So I think Canada are only going to have a 1-point lead going into the last end.
It appeared, I thought he caught the line
Yeah,
for a 9.
I think he'll get the 9.
I think he'll get the 9,
Yeah.
so that may be a little bit deceiving right there. And that's where the judges come into play and why it's so important.
Yeah.
As they'll be down there looking very, very carefully and very closely and scrutinizing that arrow.
Yeah.
That last arrow.
Compare the scores to
By
the bronze medal match we just witnessed. They're really down. They're not finding it at all.
That could be reflective of the pressure that exists in a gold medal match.
Big time.
Although I've always thought there's plenty of pressure in a bronze medal match, because if you don't win there, you go home empty-handed.
That's true. It's true. Nobody wants to lose the last match, though.
But there's something about that gold, John Nutt.
Yeah.
All that glitters is gold.
Yeah, I know. So,
And that is the elusive prize. And these archers have been working so hard, so long, so many years.
Yeah.
And then you come here and you fight and you battle all week long. Now they do change that to a 9, so it's a 1-point lead, 170 to 169.
yeah. So Iran are going to lead off. And this is just like the situation in the last gold medal match where Ukraine had got the momentum going after being behind. They'd come back. They relaxed.
And do you feel like either one of these teams has real momentum right now?
Iran are getting better and better. And Canada have dropped back a bit. They've given themselves some time pressure. So, you know, it's right now, I think Iran might just have the upper hand in this.
Ibadi with a 10.
Yeah,
Kazimpur with a 9.
Kazimpur really hasn't found his mojo at all, but his teammates are holding him in there.
Gady, who picked up a team bronze medal in 2011 at stage 3 in Ogden, Utah.
29.
So there's 2 10s and a 9.
Yeah. So
And
Canada
there.
need to make good shots right now.
They're breathing down the neck of the Canadians. Now Dietmar has shot a couple of 9s on his last few attempts.
That's more like Dietmar.
But that is more like the Dietmar Trillis.
Oh, that's a
no,
9.
that's 9. I was fooled by the shadow.
Yeah,
All
right
right.
in the middle.
So there's another 9.
Yeah.
There's yet another 9. However, 2 10s by Canada can keep them in
Good.
front.
Good. A little tall.
There's the
Yeah,
first
that's a
one
10.
by Perkins.
That's
Now,
a 10.
now there's real pressure on Tatarin.
Yeah.
Coming at your back. You may want to.
Yeah. He's got much better time than they had in the last match.
But 9 right here, though, ties the match with 3 arrows to go. A 10 will keep Canada in front by 1. Oh, and it's way outside in the 8 ring. And again, we see a reversal of fortune, and Iran forges ahead 198 to 197.
Iran now in the same situation as the Ukraine were. With a 10, he has shot brilliant in this match, by the way.
Ismail Abadi has been terrific.
Absolutely, everything you want.
Lights out.
Yeah, 79 for him. I think he's one of the best archers out here this morning.
Kazimpur bearing down.
Oh,
But he shoots an 8.
So many twists and turns.
It's like the roller coaster over at Tivoli Gardens.
It is. Kazimpur not had a great match at all, but it's 10. A 10 here is really could be enough.
It's critical right now. This shot is huge for Majid Gady. Gady comes through. So now it's the waiting game.
It's absolutely the same as the women's gold medal match.
A
30 to win.
30 will win it.
Yeah.
So 3 straight 10s will win it. 29 will tie it.
Dietmar needs to call on his experience.
Oh.
High 8. High 9, sorry, 9.
Caught the line, it's a 9. So
Two
they've got to have 2 10s right now.
Yeah. I really want them to get 2 10s. I'd love a shoot-off right now.
Wouldn't that be something in the
Yeah.
men's gold medal match?
You can rely on Chris Perkins, I know that.
Focused in.
There you go. 10.
You'd see that fierce look
Yeah.
on his face as he released that shot.
Tatarin's been struggling. Time's been getting to him. He's got enough time now.
The weight of his world is on his shoulders right now.
Come on.
Can he come through with a 10 to tie it and send it to a shoot-off?
Yes.
We're going to a
He needed
shoot-off.
that. I know.
Wow, what a shot.
Brilliant. Tatarin and Perkins, they dug deep then. They really did.
After Dietmar Trillis came up with 9 on the...
Yeah. Dietmar's been high. A lot of high shots.
So they had a chance to put it away and would have put it away had it not been for that 8 on the shot by Kazimpur. Kazimpur's final shot.
Really. It's been a really ugly match, but it's been an exciting match.
And an interesting match.
Yeah.
And this crowd is into it. They are eating it up here in Copenhagen.
Yeah. So, 1 arrow each archer. the team who has the highest score will win. If it's tied on score, it's then the closest arrow to the center. Those are the rules.
It was interesting this week. The Italian team, I believe, had 3 straight shoot-offs.
Yes.
And in fact, on one of those shoot-offs, if I recall correctly, it went down to the 3rd arrow.
Correct, yeah, absolutely. Went down to the 3rd arrow.
Because the first 2 were so evenly matched.
Yeah, it's brilliant to imagine that. Yeah, I think it was 8s as well. Yeah. My 8 was better than his.
Well, if you have a weak heart.
Yeah, absolutely. So
this may not be your cup of tea, but it is mine, and I know it's yours.
Yeah.
And
Judge is just reminding him all of the rules, which is always really good.
You guys should be shooting first now.
what great drama this is right here.
Yeah.
Ibadi, Kazimpur, and Gady for Iran, and for Canada.
Canada
Trillis,
started the
Perkins, and Teterin.
didn't they, first this morning?
They did.
Yeah, so Canada will shoot first. I think, though, it will be 1 arrow from Canada, 1. I think it goes alternate, so it's 1-1, 1-1. I hope I'm right there.
So can Iran do what they were not able to do in Shanghai? They weren't able to finish it off and get the gold medal there. Can they come through here in the shoot-off and get the job done?
For me, it's about Kazimpur in this shoot-off, because he hasn't, has he shot a 10? I'm not sure. The middle shooter for Iran.
Kazimpur.
Only shot 110. So I think it's going to come down to him.
You're right, he has only 110.
Yeah.
And he's also shot a 7 and an 8.
Yeah, I think that's the,
it's a good point,
key,
John.
Key archer in this shoot-off now. If he gets it right, then Canada could be in trouble. But
who can slow their heart rate?
yeah,
Who can calm their nerves?
go on, Dietmar.
Who can focus in and deliver in the clutch?
Look at that sun on that scope.
9 and 4.
Yeah.
4
Did you see the sun reflecting on his bubble then in his sight? That's so hard to shoot when that's going on. It really is.
Esmail Ibadi, the 38-year-old.
It's been solid. Can he carry it on?
Yes,
Look
he
at that.
can.
That's a great arrow, because not only is it a 10, it's an X. So if it's a tie on score, they've already got a great shot in there. Perkins.
Who came through on his final shot in the 4th end with a 10.
He worked so hard on that shot.
He was clutch, and he's
That's a
clutch
10.
again.
But it's not as good as the X from Iran.
Now, here is the man you
Yeah.
were talking about,
Yeah. If he gets this right,
Amir Kazimpur.
yeah.
The 32-year-old who's 41st in the world, has 3 World Cup medals to
Oh,
his credit, and he
finds
comes
a 10
through.
when he needs it. So, Tatarin now, again, needs a 10 like last time, but he needs a good 10.
And what an amazing shot that was he had on his last attempt.
Yeah, he dug deep.
He sent this to the shoot-off.
Yeah. Time, he's got 5.
3, 2.
Oh, that's
Oh.
good. But
10.
so,
Okay.
Now
9 to win, because they have the best 10. Iran, 9 to be world champions.
Majid Gady
What a shot this guy has now on his arm.
for the World Championship title.
There you go.
There it
10,
is.
10, 10.
Iran has done it.
Fantastic.
Iran has done it.
Yeah,
They have come from behind,
yeah. What an achievement.
forced a shoot-off,
Yeah.
and win the shoot-off with 3 tremendous shots. And look at the joy and the celebration in the grandstands here in Copenhagen.
Yeah. Like, that is some achievement by Iran to come through. They were massive underdogs in that match. Canada had been stunning in getting to the finals. All the experience of the Canadian team, and Iran just dug so deep there.
They are dancing in the aisles.
They are.
Literally.
Brilliant, brilliant. Very proud people there.
As well they should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
A tremendous performance here on this stage
Yeah, yeah.
in Copenhagen.
We need to single out, though, in this match, Ibadi from Iran. That was a real performance from him. Stunning performance from him, actually.
Gady was strong, and when it counted, when it mattered the most, Kazimpur came through with a great shot.
When he needed it. When he needed it.
Had been shaky a little bit,
Yeah.
but then
Very, yeah. Yeah, that was brilliant. So fantastic.
They
Denmark have got a medal, which is good.
Denmark did get a medal. Canada will go home with the silver, but look at the smiles, and you can just see the pride, the beaming faces of the Iranian archers as they pose for some pictures of this golden moment. Moment they'll never forget here on the grounds of the Christianborg Palace in Copenhagen, Denmark.
No, brilliant effort. We've seen some fantastic matches this morning. Really have. From our first match with Korea and Venezuela, where Korea were just their clinical selves. They offered a chance to Venezuela. Venezuela declined to take it, and then Korea shut them out. Then the ladies' gold medal match, Ukraine, all the way, just like Iran, just behind, just behind, just behind. And then on the decisive final end, they jumped through the door. Yeah, so
enjoying the reaction shots here in Copenhagen as Iran wins the shoot-off 30-29.
Yeah, brilliant.
After forcing the shoot-off, coming from behind in the fourth and final end. They were down by 1 heading to the fourth end, trailed by 2 early in the match. Got the lead down by 2-1 after 3 ends. Forged ahead 198-197 midway through that fourth end, and then in a seesaw battle, the two teams forced the shoot-off for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, absolutely,
As you said, there were more twists and turns.
I've never seen so many.
Than there are in your favorite novelist's book, and we end up in the shoot-off, and in the shoot-off, Ibadi with a great shot. Kazimpor, strong shot, and Majid Ghedi finishes it off for Iran. So what a huge moment this is for them. But we talked about this at the start of the broadcast, that Iran had been a factor all this week and had been a factor this summer. We'd seen what they could do in Shanghai. So I'm not all that surprised to see what they've done here today.
Iran, again, one of these teams, they're not always here, but when they turn up, they deliver. They always do well. Never count them out. Their ladies have got a history of being in finals over the years as well. So it's the men's turn this time, and they took it.
Some of the beautiful sights here in Copenhagen. If you've not been, you must come. What an amazing city this is. I believe this is the tower that's on top of the stock exchange. And as our tour guide the other day explained it to me, that's 3 dragon's tails that are twisted together to form that tower. Just one of the many beautiful towers, and besides the architecture here, just simply astounding.
Oh, it's amazing. It really, really
And the archery
is.
matching it here this morning in the team competition.
There we go. World Archery never hang around with their prize givings. Absolutely brilliant.
And so the medal is being handed out for the women in the team competition here at the World Championships this morning. As John mentioned just a moment ago, in that women's bronze medal match, Korea putting on a great performance as they jumped out to a 1-point lead in the first end. Increased that lead to 2 midway through the match, and then the turning point, if there was a turning point, I don't know if you'd call it a turning point, it's where they really put some daylight between themselves and Venezuela. It was that third end where they gained 3 points and went ahead by 5 and wound up winning by 5, 229 to 224. So Korea accepting the bronze medal here in Copenhagen. And it's Kim Yoon-hee, Choi Bo-min, and Sul Da-young graciously accepting their bronze medals.
Absolutely. No, Korea shot well in the bronze this morning. Didn't really make many mistakes.
Now it will be interesting to see whether Korea decides to stay in this part of the world, because stage 3 of the World Cup tour is only about a week away in Poland, and Poland is basically right next door.
The Polish Federation have actually offered transport from here to Poland, and they've set up training facilities for the week, quite reasonably priced, so people can go straight from here to Poland. So it's just that choice. Do some of the European countries easier to go home, you know, but for the long haul flight people, they're going to want to go home. they don't want to travel home, travel
and then
back.
travel back.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping that the Koreans, I don't know what their plans are, but
Never know.
it would be nice if they were able to stay and compete at stage 3 in Wrocław.
It's good to see the Dutch girls smiling there, because that was a bit of a heartbreaker, that last end for them. And they still got a smile on their face. They've got to remember they've won the silver. I know it was dramatic in that last end, but again, I want to single out Evelyn Gronefold in that team, the 17-year-old. She was absolutely phenomenal.
She was outstanding. She helped her team build a 3-point lead, which slipped away as the match went on. And Ukraine able to come from behind after falling behind 58-55 after the first end. They cut the lead down to 1 midway through the match. And it was still a 1-point lead after 3 ends, but midway through the 4th end, they moved ahead by a point, 198 to 197, and then just ran away from the Netherlands, winning it by 3 points, 226 to 223. So congratulations to the 3 young ladies, Victoria Diakova, Maria Shkolna, and Olena Borisenko. Borisenko on the left got so much stronger as that match went on.
Yeah, absolutely. She was brilliant to watch. Like, she started with an 8, and she came off the line. She was so angry with herself, and then she shot a 9, and she shot a 10. The minute she shot the 10, her whole body changed, and then after that, she was phenomenal.
So Ukraine, the gold, Netherlands, the silver, and the bronze to Korea. So we add Ukraine to the record books here in this century. The United States with a pair of World Championship titles in women's team competition. Colombia won it in 2013 in Belek. Russia took home the gold from Ulsan in 2009. Belgium did it in 2007 at Leipzig. The French team beat the United States 2005 in Madrid. And here in 2015 in Copenhagen, Denmark, it's Ukraine coming from behind to knock off the Netherlands in dramatic fashion, to say the very least, John Knott.
Absolutely. No, that really is been good morning shooting. Really enjoyed it. Those gold matches, that gold match in particular, was just fantastic, because those Ukrainian girls are so young. They trained so hard to get here, and the way they went about the victory, for me, was just brilliant. They hung in there. Their confidence grew. They saw the Dutch getting a bit nervous, and they struck. They took the chance when it was there, and for me, that's brilliant.
And hopefully we will see more of them on the world stage in the coming months and years.
Yes.
On the World Cup Tour and at future World Championships as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful sights and sounds here on a sun-splashed Saturday morning in Copenhagen, Denmark. Actually now Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Almost 1 o'clock
The sun
here in
has
Denmark.
really come out. Actually, it's lovely. It's warmed up a lot, hasn't it?
It's been a lovely day after a week of cloudy weather, sunny weather, rain, some rainstorms, some breezy days.
I've got to say, the sweets, the candy they're giving out, they're made by the father of Camilla Somerwood.
Oh.
the very famous Danish lady combat archer. She didn't quite make it this week, unfortunately, but her dad is a local confectionist and makes all these amazing home sweets. He's got a shop somewhere in Copenhagen, and that's who produced them.
We'll have to go search that out.
You ought to, yeah.
Mr. Rolf Lind, the president of World Archery in Denmark, one of the gentlemen who will be handing out the medals here in Copenhagen to the men. The men's team competition, brilliant this morning. Some tremendous matches.
Yeah.
Denmark, Iran, Canada, all for the victory celebration. And again, another opportunity for the Danish fans.
Absolutely.
To cheer their heroes on as Denmark defeats Italy 233 to 231. They led from wire to wire, jumped out to a 2-point lead in the first end, and held on to win by 2 points, 233 to 231. So congratulations to Martin Damsbo on the left, Stefan Hansen in the middle, and Big Patrick Larson on the right as they soak in the love.
They're popular. Listen to that crowd. Yeah.
Hey, does it get better than this?
No.
Maybe a gold medal, but still, to get a medal and stand on that podium.
That one will be this afternoon. I'm absolutely sure of it. The
Yes.
Danes, I'm so glad they got a medal in the team here. They'll be pleased with the bronze. They came for gold. That would have been a massive ask, you know, all the time, but no, it's so good to see. And that match between them and Italy was a high quality match.
Well, the guys from Canada can relate to how the women from the Netherlands are feeling. They had the match. They thought within their grasp, Canada getting off to a 2-point lead in the men's gold medal match. Still led by 1 after 3 ends, but midway through that 4th end, they saw the complexion of the match change. We're actually fortunate when you really think about that, although it was a lot of skill and talent, but they were fortunate to force that into a shoot-off.
They were, but Canada, they got caught. Their time, they were just having a rush. No, their rhythm wasn't there. It's very different here to out on the field where you just got 2 minutes, you shoot 6 arrows. It's all very easy to be out there, you're on the stage, the clocks are ticking. They were being a bit careful, and Tataran was under time pressure, and Chula started rushing to help Tataran out, and just didn't quite go for them, you know? But these guys fought.
Never gave up.
No.
Never gave up, never gave in, and as a result, they stand atop the victory podium here in Copenhagen on this beautiful Saturday morning. The team from Iran, Ismail Ebadi, Amir Kazimpour, and Majid Gedi, forcing a shoot-off and then winning the shoot-off in convincing style as they scored three tens for 30 points to put it away. And of course, Ismail Ebadi with that great shot to start it off had the best 10 of all.
Oh.
And as a result, they get the gold medal. So Ebadi, Kazimpour, and Gedi, congratulations to them and the nation of Iran.
And they get a really big pot. That's brilliant. Yeah, that is. No, it was good.
There's a good look at that gold medal that hangs around the neck of Majid Gedi.
Oh man, he's proud man. Look at that. Yeah. Like when you put in a performance like Ebadi did in that final as well, it's just really sweet.
Bronze to Denmark, silver to Canada, and the gold goes to Iran. There are your medalists here at the 2015 Archery World Championships. As the compound teams have finished their work, but the day has just begun here in Copenhagen, or Hagen, I should say.
You've got some really exciting matches coming up this afternoon.
Some tremendous matches coming up this afternoon.
I just cannot wait to sense the atmosphere when Stefan Hansen comes out for the final match today. It's going to be amazing.
It should be amazing here this afternoon.
Yeah.
As the Iranian team reluctantly leaving the field. They want to stay as long as they can and soak all of this in.
They do. What a that entrance as well. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, and again, congratulations and hats off to the folks at the World Archery Federation, who do such an amazing job finding these locations, working with the local organizing committees, and trying to improve this sport as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Well, at 1500 hours, we will return with the compound mixed team medal matches, followed immediately by the individual bronze and gold medal matches here at the 2015 World Championships, coming to you live from the grounds of Christianborg Palace in Copenhagen, Denmark. This afternoon, we'll have superstars like Albina Loginova, Dominique Genet, Sarah Lopez. They'll all be center stage. Crystal Gavin of the United States and Denmark's Stefan Hansen will both try to win their first world titles. And that'll be very interesting to see how Crystal Gavin does for the United States. She is perhaps the best hope this weekend, really, for the United States out here.
Yeah, be interesting to see how Crystal shoots. She's done a lot in a short time she's been around. She hasn't actually been around on the circuit that long, so big opportunity for her, and she'll be ready for that match. She shot fantastic to win that spot in that gold match. And
she had some tough matches this week.
You beat Lopez, you deserve to be there.
And she did beat Sarah Lopez, who will be in the bronze medal match coming up this afternoon. But we will be watching Crystal Gavin very closely this afternoon as she carries the torch for the United States. Obviously, again, Erica Jones home on maternity leave. So, all that coming up this afternoon. For John Knott, I'm Carl Arky. We'll see you soon with more exclusive coverage of the 2015 Archery World Championships. Dead center for Rio, the great sportsman in archery. 20-year-old Bridger Deaton wins the gold medal. Julian de Loche. Rick van der Ven of the Netherlands is your gold medalist and able to hold his arms and that bow very high in the air, pose for his golden moment.
There comes a smile.
Excel Sights. Leading technology, proven results.